George, what's up?
Not much, man.
Welcome to the podcast.
Thank you.
Long time coming. I have to get everybody from Family Boxing over here eventually.
Oh, yeah,
the
man.
whole family. We all just jump
that'd
on
be
and
pretty
bullshit.
cool.
Dude, the last time I think we bullshitted together, though, I was thinking about that, was I think in the sauna. But me and you were sitting together, shirtless, sweaty in the sauna, and you were telling me about some dudes at work that were like wanting to fight you or something.
Oh, man. It's been a minute, huh?
Do you remember that? That was a while.
Yeah, it's been a long, long while. It's like when I take a minute sometimes to like really like sit down. Even at the gym, I'll be chilling and realize I'm like, we've been around these people for years now. Like, I think for me, it's going on my fourth year. In November, December will be my fourth year.
At Family?
Yeah, Family with
Yeah,
them.
how'd your journey start with Family Boxing?
So when my family started with Jason and Kendra was when they had their old spot over by the Pepsi company. And I saw it because before the MMA coach there was as my OG coach. So at the time, I don't know if Jason was training him. And when his gym shut down, I wasn't doing anything for a couple of years, and he was doing MMA, and I was like, so that for any sport that I've liked, only boxing and MMA have been it, man. More MMA in the beginning than anything, but then boxing kind of started coming around, like my world and everything. So when I think it was more than like 6 years, 7 years since before I did anything, and during that course in time, man, I was young, like. I think it was my senior year when I started MMA. Oh yeah? Yeah. So I was like, pretty young, I'm 28 now. I was high school. So
you didn't do any sports before that?
No, I never cared for soccer, football, baseball. To me, I don't find any entertainment and watching a ball go from one side of the court to another. I don't know, man. Everyone looks at me all weird. Like, you don't like football? I'm like, no, like I could care less. You guys are talking to me about soccer teams, this and that. So,
yeah, there's the same. I feel like people say like, you could, if someone schools you at a basketball game, they can always resort to saying, yeah, well, I'll still fuck you up.
Yeah. See, I would say something like that, man. Like, it's cool, beat me in basketball, man, but like push him to shove. I know what I can do.
Yeah.
But, yeah, no, I've never really been one for football or anything like that, man, or soccer. And, from being Mexican, it's a big soccer thing. Yeah. And even some of them at work are like, you don't like soccer? I'm like, no, man, I just don't find the entertainment in it.
And weren't you a chubby boy or something?
Yeah, man.
Because everyone raves about how much weight you've lost, and boxing has been like shaping you a ton.
Yeah, man. So I've been 300 pounds in my life twice. And back when I started with my first weight loss journey was when I was in high school. So,
how old are you now?
28.
Okay.
Yeah.
We're close to the same.
Yeah. So I think
you're 95, 1995.
Yeah, 95. Yeah.
Nice. Hell yeah, 90s kids.
Yeah, man. It's a generation, man. Sometimes I think about it too. I'm like, dude, there's like no more 90s kids now.
We're gonna be the last ones to have ever touched the 1900s.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? In our dying days, it'll be the last people of the 1900s.
Yeah, we're gonna be talking to like our grandchildren. Like, I was born in the 90s. Gonna be like, when people talk to you from when we've
from the 1800s.
Yeah, and you're like, oh man, you're old, isn't that? I'm like, yeah, man, like 95. That's a gap now.
After us, though, no one's gonna have touched the century with the one in it.
Yeah.
It's gonna be all 2000s and above.
Yeah, exactly.
We'll be the last ones from the 1000 era.
Yeah, I've like sometimes I think about that too. I'm like, dude, that's a long time now. 95.
The last person to enter an era like that is Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
Going to year 0.
Yeah, man. Yeah,
0 to 1.
Like all that vintage stuff.
Actually, it would be a year 999. Because that's 0999.
Yeah,
and then it would turn into year 1000.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
So like we went to one of the tournaments one time with Jason, with Skylar was with us and his friend. We went to this vintage store.
Yeah.
Dude, I was like, I saw some of the stuff from when we were kids. I'm like, they're goes for quite a bit now, man. I was like, are you serious? Like $45, $30 for a U shirt, like stained.
Oh, what?
And everything. Yeah, man. And I was like, dude, that's crazy. Like, I voted and stuff like that, keep some of the childhood stuff. Yeah.
Get some money from it.
Yeah, but just from stuff from like JCPenney from like that, like 19th century and like 2000s and stuff like that. Like, I'm like, dude, this is going for like a jacket, like used stained jacket painted on it. It's going for like $300.
Holy shit.
Yeah. So I'm like, so it's like, it reminds me of like, as we were getting older, you see stuff from like the past generation be popular. So I'm feeling like, okay, now stuff from when we were kids is going to be popular for their generation now.
Yeah, the cycle continues.
Yeah.
And if people always eventually get burnt out of what's new and they start looking back at that nostalgia.
Yeah, because I remember when skinny jeans came into a thing, like everyone was like kind of like clowning it and this and that because the baggy style was in style. Yeah. Now the baggy style is coming back into fruition with everything.
It's like the hip hop era is kind of coming back.
Yeah, and then I was telling Skylar, I'm like, dude, like before, like when I was younger, if you went to go shop at the DI and stuff like that, you get made fun of, man. Like that's the sad part. A lot of families couldn't afford stuff like that. So I growing up, we would go to the DI.
That's where I bought that piano.
Oh, really?
$100, dude.
Yeah, so you find cool stuff there, but a lot of people there's bullies, there's kids that they do always shop the DI, yada yada yada.
Oh,
especially when you were younger, it wasn't as cool like it is now.
I never really heard the hate. My mom, she's a DI expert. She thrifts everything.
Yeah, my mom and sister too, man. They love it. But I mean, at least from when I was growing up, there would be kids, man. They'll clown other kids for doing that. And I was one, and you must
have chose some ugly clothes or something.
Maybe, man.
I would always watch I'd watch Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, and I would go to the DI, and I would look for cool shirts that were colorful and popping, like Fresh Prince.
Yeah.
Let me try to look like.
I'm rewatching that show again, man. I rewatched 3 times already.
I know. Oh, dude, I loved Will Smith. Will Smith was my favorite person ever for so long, up until he bitch slapped Chris Rock, and I was like, oh no.
Yeah, I feel like that was more of he was laughing at the joke, man. Maybe this is when I saw it, he saw his wife. Maybe she was like, gotta do something. But then again, it was I don't know, man. Your wife's kind of crazy right now. I'm pretty sure a lot of stuff you've done is because you want to keep her happy, but
I feel like she's so toxic for him, dude.
Yeah, man.
She's ruining our boy.
Yeah, she seems like one of those people, but she's cheated on him and everything, and he's still staying. She's
had entanglements.
Yeah, I'm like, dude, she flat out cheated on you. You're okay with that? I'm like, I would have dipped a long time ago, man.
I feel, and she always kind of alludes that her real love is Tupac. Oh, me and Tupac, and Tupac, and poor Will Smith just over there like that meme where he's crying.
Yeah. Did you ever see that Tupac movie?
No, I haven't.
It's called All Eyes on Me. It came out a long time ago, man. Yeah, I've
seen snips of it.
Yeah, it's so from what I've seen and know of his story, they portrayed the Tupac Jada story.
Oh, did they?
It was this big thing, but it never really was. They lied about it. A lot of the stuff in that movie was kind of false. Yeah, and they were trying to build up the hype of Straight Outta Compton.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, so it came out after Straight Out?
Yeah, it came out after that movie, a couple of months later. Yeah.
Damn, that was a good movie.
Yeah, it was, man. I watched it the other day too, man. I love that movie.
He got all the suburban kids back into the 90s hip hop.
Yeah, man. I thought it was a pretty good movie.
It was great, dude. And with Ice Cube's son playing him, it was
yeah.
Dude, I'm such an Ice Cube fan. I fucking love Ice Cube with all my heart. I just watched Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Mutant Mayhem on the plane back from Korea. I just got back. And have you seen that movie?
I've seen bits and parts of it, but I have not seen both of them yet.
That's a fucking great movie, dude. Jackie Chan plays the fucking rat, Splinter, and then Ice Cube's the villain.
Really?
Yeah, Ice Cube's
I never knew that. That's crazy.
He's the coolest villain too. And they have cool adult jokes hidden in there.
Yeah.
And it's just such a good ass movie.
I need to watch it, man. I haven't seen those yet. I mean, once you hear it's a Michael Bay movie, you're I mean, Transformers was cool, but there's some Michael Bay movies where do you kind of ruined it a little bit? Yeah.
I'm gonna be honest. The first time I saw that movie, I had taken a lot of mushrooms, and that movie felt so meaningful and beautiful. When I watched Mutant Mayhem Ninja Turtles, I was like, oh my god, it's a reflection of life. You got to persevere. You got all these beautiful messages that are coming out,
man.
And it's animation with clay, little dudes, what do they call it? Claymation.
Yeah.
It's a mix of claymation, I think, or stop motion.
Yeah,
it's a mix of stop motion,
when it's frame by frame, but they take it really slow.
Yeah, mixed with animation though, so it's so unique. It's freaking awesome.
Oh wow,
yeah, it's awesome. I highly suggest. So you went to senior year. You started going to do some MMA training. You never do sports your whole time. So, you're a big thick boy.
Yeah,
and
man.
You jump in. What was that experience like?
So I was a super shy kid, man, back in school. The person that I am now, I was never that person back in high school. I've come such a long way, and so when I started that journey with MMA, I was super quiet. It took me a lot of willpower to do it, because I was I didn't like being around new people, man, because I was never really social or anything like that. Neither in school nor out.
You're pretty insecure or something?
Yeah, I used to be, man, pretty insecure as well about myself.
Getting into MMA though, especially as someone like that must have been pretty frightening.
Yeah. So when I met Brandon, we were doing like a senior project for high school. You know, you had to do something that we liked, something, you know, it was, I guess, like a process to graduate, because they were saying if you fail it, you don't graduate. So I was thinking, like, what can I do? And literally when they announced the senior project and they gave us like this big meeting at school about it, like 2 days prior, I saw the gym was there. And I was like, oh, I wonder if I can do it on that. So I asked the person that was like in charge of like helping me, like the teacher was supposed to ask. And they're like, yeah, that's completely fine. And
this is for your senior project?
Yeah.
So what exactly is it?
You have to like give a presentation about like something you like or...
Well, I mean, what exactly is your project affiliated with MMA? Because it's I'm going to turn into a weapon by the end of the semester.
No, well, no. So you had to like write up like a paper, pretty much explaining like, you know, what MMA is and what you learn from it. It's been a gap, so it's kind of hard to remember. Oh, yeah. But I think I still have the paper I wrote, and I did it like a kind of like an MMA versus boxing safety wise. And I was
safety wise,
yeah. So at that time, you know, there was like a lot less deaths in MMA than there was boxing. But I mean, like, given granted, like boxing doesn't even have really any deaths or anything like that either. So now that like I'm like reading about it, I'm like been involved in everything. I'm like, dude, like boxing ain't even that dangerous, especially in the amateurs.
Is that how you feel?
Pros. Yeah, it really isn't, man. Like we've had more kids come into the gym, heard from football, soccer, baseball, and everything, and.
But compared to MMA,
MMA,
which was more dangerous.
Yeah, which was apparently people were thinking, oh, it's more dangerous because it's you know, you're getting kicked, you're getting thrown around, you know, this and that, and like everything that's involved with it, because it's a lot of like physical activity in there, you know, and you're taking punishment from all angles, you know, from wrestling, jiu-jitsu.
Yeah, but the thing is, with boxing, you get 8 counts.
Yeah.
Boom. Oh, he's rocked. Stop it. Recover. Your brain's all rattled.
Yeah, man.
Recover. All right, go get rocked again. Boom, he's rocked. Oh, saved by the bell. Next round. And you're just constantly getting rocked. If you get dropped, you got a moment to recover, get up. In MMA, oh, he's rocked. Oh, he's finished. It's over.
Yeah, like that's what Daniel Cormier said. He's like, boxing is like a lot more. He said that MMA is safer than boxing or something like that. I saw like a quick clip of it where he said that where he's like, oh, you know, in boxing you get an 8 count. And, you know, you have to go right back into the line of fire right away. As we're like in MMA, he said, you know, you get dropped or something like that. And there's nothing stopping it. You know, you're going to get mauled, bro. Like, you know, it's going to happen.
Yeah, it seems like there's obviously more weapons. So you want to associate that with more danger because you could eat an elbow. Yeah. You could eat a knee.
Yeah.
Kicks. Your whole body's more at target. You can't be punching legs and stuff.
And pro, yeah. But in amateurs for MMA, you can elbow or knee.
What?
Yeah.
I had no idea.
Yeah.
Why the fuck not?
It doesn't make sense to me either. I'm like, you guys are already like beating each other, but you can't elbow or knee. So like same with the PFL. You can't elbow or like as far as the thing knee either. Really? Just because how they have tournaments and they need their guys to be like uncut or, you know, as healthy as possible.
They're trying to not let them get cut up.
They're because they fight like every other month or something like that.
Oh
yeah. So I didn't know that either. But I guess when PFL had their card in Dubai, the elbows were allowed.
I'm gonna say honestly for me that feels kind of gay. Because look at Muay Thai in Thailand. There's little kids out there doing matches. They're doing hundreds of fights in Thailand for one fighter. Do hundreds of fights. Rod Tang, I think, has like 240 wins or something.
Yeah.
And they are elbowing each other in the face. Bam. Like,
and to them, it's like, you see some of their techniques, man. They're like, dude, those guys were shred someone.
Yeah.
And they get their hands on them just from like, in like the way they manipulate their body, throw elbows and like their knees and everything. It's crazy, man. It's crazy how much like you can really manipulate the body to move in certain ways. Yeah. And you think like, dude, how's that even possible? But then like if you start the training process behind it, you're like, okay, you know.
Yeah, but they'll always pair up. There's always videos on YouTube where it's like, oh, Muay Thai fighter boxes against a boxer. Yeah. And I feel like the boxer usually on those videos does pretty well.
Yeah. I've seen videos like that as well. I mean, I think striking wise too. Yeah, I think the boxer does, just because the stance is so different.
Yeah, but usually the thing that's messed up in those situations is they make the Muay Thai fighter box and not make the boxer do Muay Thai.
Like realistically, man, like if the Muay Thai fighter knows what he's doing, he gains his distance, he's gonna shred those feet apart, man.
Yeah.
You never see him throw kicks at their legs or body, but you take a boxer's lead leg, you're done. Like look at Nate Diaz, man. When Nate Diaz fights and they know how to beat him, they take out their lead leg. And he can't strike after that. That's
been the whole revolution in UFC lately, is the kicking the
calf kick, bro. The calf kick has been changing up the game, like for a lot of fighters. Yeah, Poirier is really good at it. Alex Pereira's good at it. Justin Gaethje is good at it.
Our boy Justin.
I was going for Holloway in that fight, bro.
I know. I actually was going in thinking Gaethje was gonna shred Holloway. Honestly,
a lot of people were telling me like, oh, well, yeah, because Holloway's moving up a weight, right? And last time he did, he lost to Poirier, and but he actually built the muscle that he needed to get up there. He did it the smart way this time. And on top of that, some people watch, if he goes in there and boxes him, and like he's been doing his past couple of fights, he's gonna beat Gaethje. Gaethje has power, man. He can can sleep you so easy,
and he's like recklessly abandons his body.
Yeah, look at what Chandler and him. That was a crazy fight. Him and Chandler.
Oh, blood everywhere.
That was like, if you were a fan or just someone watching, come and like bring to a sport of MMA to watch, that was a fight you want to show someone, man. You're like, to make him a fan.
Oh my gosh, yes. Man. Gaethje, and oh my god, knocked out at the 1 second of the 5th round left. That was insane. But Gaethje says he doesn't make any plans for after a fight because he assumes he's gonna die in the
so ring. He's going in there, man. Like Holloway say, you live by the sword, be ready to die by the sword.
Yeah,
man. It's a sport, man. But it's a mentality that that a fighter has, knowing like, I'm gonna go in there, who knows what's gonna happen, but this is what we do, it's our life.
Yeah.
It's something that they need now, it's like an addiction.
That's why you gotta be all in, completely in, because someone else is fully in. They're like, I'm gonna die in there.
Yeah, it's something you don't play, like whether it's MMA or boxing, sports, you never hear saying, oh, I play MMA or I play boxing. No, it's if you're gonna be dedicated to this, you're gonna have to give it your all. You can't be in there thinking like, I'm gonna be best buddies with this guy afterwards, or he's not coming in there to buy you lunch or anything. Like, whether it's amateur or pro, that's what I tell a lot of guys that compete. I'm like, you guys have to develop that mindset of like, dude, I'm gonna get in there. I'm better than this guy, and you have to develop that killer instinct of like, I'm gonna put it on him, because a lot of the guys, when we're sparring, everyone at the gym, right? They're sparring and everything, we cut down the power a lot so you can get working.
You have a training partner for tomorrow.
Yeah. So, but when the fight comes, I'm like, you guys are ready for this. Because like some of the guys just had their first fights,
Yeah.
They're all nervous and everything like that. I'm like, dude, you guys have sparred Kendra. Kendra's an animal. Like, who can say these sparred the true number one in the nation and everyone's book? And but I'm like, who can say they've sparred someone to like that level already? She's like pro level, man. She's been pro level for years now. Like, these guys coming in to fight you guys aren't at that level, man. Like, you guys already got this in the bag. The thing is, you guys have developed the self-belief you guys already won. Like, you guys already doubting yourselves before you can step foot in that ring. You're already lost. You have to develop, like, that mentality, like, I got this. Like, this is just another walk in the park, another sparring session for me. This guy has to work. I'm not going to. Yeah.
Although you said you don't play fighting, I'm gonna counter with a quote said by Bruce Lee: "Fighting is like a playing, except played seriously."
Yeah.
You remember that quote?
Yeah,
I think it's from Enter the Dragon. He said that.
Yeah.
And he's like, when the opportunity presents itself, I do not hit. It hits all by itself.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh my God, that's cold.
Yeah, man. Just the body react.
But man. I could feel that because I've done a bit of sparring, and I'm by no means like a competitor. I just love the sport because I understand that for me, how serious of competitors are out there.
Yeah, man.
And I'm an athletic enough dude and have trained enough that I'm confident to jump into sparring matches with anybody because it's just fun for me. And I like to train that animal mindset where I'm like, quit being a bitch. It's just getting hit.
It puts you in a different mentality, man. Just because like it's something you're not, used to, especially, you know, thinking like, oh, I'm going to actually get in there with someone who does know what they're doing. Even if they just had like a week or two where they're training with us at Family Boxing, they know what to do.
You know what was a big level up for my mind, actually? It was that Dan Kona guy. When me and him were in the cage, remember? You were there.
Yeah.
When I was sparring with that Dan Kona guy in the freaking ring in the cage. I was scared. Did you hear me stop it and say I don't?
Yeah, I was watching the whole time, man. I was like paying attention. Anytime he was at the gym, I would be like, all right, dude, what's this guy up to?
He's a scary guy, huh?
Like I mean, he was checked out mentally for a while.
Yeah, I could tell. Obviously, he has a record of like little crazy.
Yeah, man. Yeah, I've heard the stories and everything.
But but just physically, that guy is a presence. His hands are like fucking mitts, and he just thick Islander looking dude.
Dude.
Like, it was a very strong, scary guy.
That's what I knew when I one time when I caught him there at the gym. He was I was doing personal training with someone, and I was in the other side where the weights are at, and I told the person like, hey, hold on, I'm gonna go check and see what this guy's doing over here real quick. And then he was sparring one of the guys there at the gym.
Oh, one of the smaller guys, right?
Yeah, one of the smaller guys. He gave him a concussion, dude. I'm like, dude, I shut it down and everything. I let Jason know. And he was mad. He's like, well, what does I have to tell Jason this and that? I'm like, well, dude, like, I work for him. And on top of that, if anything happens in the gym, that's on Jason, Like, I'm looking out for the gym.
Yeah.
And Jason, like, to me, you
gotta stay in business.
Yeah, I would be like, this is Jason and Kendra's dream, man. Like, this is what they work for have someone to come in and ruin it just for being idiotic. Like, nah, dude.
Good on you, man.
Yeah. So I'm always, when I get to the gym, I'm always like watching people and stuff like that. And if I hear anything, I'll let Jason know, like, hey, so-and-so, I've heard some stories, outside or from like people that I've associated with before in the past. Yeah, I'm like, hey, just to give you a heads up. So we used to be like this before. So if there's any hiccups, just to. But you know how Jason is, man. He's like, if it happens, it happens,
Yeah, I mean, he's like, he's from the streets.
Yeah, man, exactly, man. Yeah.
He's a pretty old school guy at the root of it all. He's a fighter, like a old school fighter.
Yeah, like I said, I have so much respect for Jason and Kendra. Like,
power couple, hardcore.
Yeah, like I said, I don't know how people have always like done wrong by them or anything like that. Like, they do so much for us, not just like I've been there for so long. And the moment I walked into family of boxing, dude, I've always been treated like one of them, like one of the family, and it's always made me feel welcome from the very moment I started, man. And from then on, when Jason, would show me like a little bit of affection, like a hug or something like that. I wasn't
touch your thigh.
No. Nothing like that. Nothing like that.
I'll play it.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, you know how Jason can get. He cracks his jokes and everything.
Yeah. Me too.
Yeah.
Okay. So.
Yeah, but
he showed you affection. You're like, damn. You start feeling like family attachment.
Yeah, I mean, at first I was like, it was a little weird for me because I wasn't really used to that. Because I never like got it from like my dad or my stepdad. Like, just like that kind of like father son relationship kind of thing. And, at first I was like, they're just being nice, I'm just like a customer here,
Oh, okay.
That kind of like a
just like customer service. Being just like being generally nice.
Yeah, being nice. And I never like told them any of this or anything like that. And like, by the time started to go on and on, I was like, no, man, like they really do genuinely care about me. Like, and that's why like, I tell people I would never talk bad about them. They would always have my respect. Like anything that they need me to help with, they'll never get a no from me. I'll always be there for them, like for whatever it is. Because they've helped me out with so much, man, physically, mentally, everything. And then I would never turn my back on them.
I think those two in particular are really easy to feel that way towards, because it wasn't like customer servicey, but also it's like, I don't think it's just, they treat everybody with that respect.
Yeah,
they're just genuinely like good people. And I think they try to have a good, positive interaction with everyone they come across with, because they're so secure and happy in their own lives. Yeah, that they don't have to be little bitches to everybody.
Yeah, exactly, man. And like, that's what I tell people. Like, dude, just respect the gym. You guys will get the respect from everyone here and Jason and Kendra. Because I told people, like, dude, I've seen Jason mad. Like, mad. Like, and that gives me, like, I'm not even the one getting like yelled at or, whatever's ever going on. Like, and it gives me anxiety, man. And like, you've heard Jason's story. And I'm like, dude, why would you even want to make him mad? And,
yeah, I'm sure that's fucking terrifying.
Dude, it is, bro. I'm thinking, I'm not even the guy in the situation, man.
Blood veins popping out of his bald head or what?
Like, yeah, man. His ears are getting red. I was like, dude, like it's gonna happen, man. And I just said, because there was like a scenario, one of the competitions we went to, there was this coach that got upset he couldn't corner his fighter because he didn't pay any of the dues he had to, like the membership, to go on and register as a coach and everything. and they were supposed to let him know prior to him doing that stuff, and no one told him. So Jason had to go do it, even though it wasn't his job, you know. And the guy got mad, and he came up to Jason after the fight, and he was telling him like, "Oh, you know, let's take it outside." And yeah, he was going on, man.
Is it because the fighter lost?
His fighter was horrible. He lost it.
And so he's like, it's your fault.
Yeah, I was like, dude, like she was gonna lose regardless, man. Like I don't like to talk bad about like other people's fighters or anything like that, but
it's just what happened.
It's just what happened. Like I mean, you can tell that girl wasn't like as skilled as the other girl. You know, it wasn't not to talk trash or anything like that.
There's always room for growth. It's not a problem to have been bad before. We all we all constantly grow, especially in the martial arts journey.
Yeah, but I mean, you know, some coaches don't take it that way. They'll be like, oh, you know, like I'm thinking it's like as a coach at like mindset, you know. Yeah. So when all that happened, man, like that girl's family was behind Jason too, and that guy, and they were like just going on, and now the whole time I'm thinking, I'm like, dude, Jason gets mad, man. It's gonna be a bad day for some of these people here, and like I'm behind all of them, and so I'm like watching constantly. Like, in case anything pops off, I'm like, all right, dude, I'm there. Let's go. I'm ready to jump in. And how do you say it? After that guy walked out, that girl's like aunt or mom was like, you know, still talking. You know, Jason's like, why are you talking if you didn't even know what's going on? Oh,
they just jumping in on the argument.
Jumping in. There was like this big dude, man. I think homeboy he was like 6'2" or something like that. He was like thick too, man. And he was like just like yelling, going off to and everything. And Jason got to a point. I knew Jason was mad too because his ears were red. And,
oh my gosh.
Yeah, man.
It's always the ears, huh?
Yeah, man. And he called me over. He's like, "Did you see that?" I was like, "Yeah, man. Like I was watching the whole time." And then that guy came back and apologized after everything. I'm like, what was the whole point of going the distance and everything with him to that extent, you know?
Yeah, maybe he's just, I mean, I've felt myself before, at least where I've been so emotional, like caught up in the adrenaline dump where you're angry, you're emotional, especially if I'm hungry and I'm tired and I'm like, all the biological system is going against me and I'm just a cranky mood.
Yeah.
And especially for big dudes, I feel like myself, I'm 6'1", I will fucking, not that it matters how much testosterone you put, but I think I have a lot of testosterone. And I think when I get grumpy, dude, it's harder to keep the happy Jason.
Yeah.
Because you have to be more conscious about it.
Yeah,
like, don't be a grumpy dick. But I mean, I wonder if that guy had that situation where he just was not in control of his fucking system. You know, he's not being conscious. He's just, I'm feeling angry. I'm going to express anger on every fucker who's the next victim.
Yeah.
And then calm down later. It's like, oh, I'm sorry for being a dick.
Yeah, I'm sorry. He comes back to, I'm like, dude, all you had to do is just pay your membership fee. That's all you had to do. Man.
Yeah, so stupid.
And I'm like, dude, why take it to that extent?
Probably was just the scapegoat. Saw Jason as the scapegoat of all the frustration he felt.
Yeah, man. But it also reminds me of like if you don't know, you know, someone's history, or like, you know, maybe you know something you don't know, like you can be in for a long night, man. Like you're antagonizing someone you don't know, like if they have any background in any kind of like fighting, martial art, anything. Like, like why are you gonna press someone? That's why I'm like respectful towards everyone. That's even if I don't get along with them or anything like that. I'm like, all right, you know, I'll be nice, respectful. Like I won't associate with him or anything like that. But you know, because I don't want to escalate a situation to something where one of us is gonna have to get hurt or something like that. That's what I've learned throughout this whole boxing thing as well, man. It's like I'm like, I know what I'm capable of. I know what Jason has taught me, you know. And like the kind of like mindset I've developed through Jason. So there's been scenarios where like people have tried to push me to that extent, but I'm like, dude, why am I going to fight you over something so small and so dumb? Cause I'm like, I'm already thinking like 10 steps ahead. Like if I do this and I hurt you, like that's on me, man. Like I suffer the consequences. You're just gonna, how do you say it? Either one, call the cops, or, you know, that's going to be my ass on it. Or, you know, you're going to go to the emergency room and then I'm going to be in even more trouble just because, you know, the stuff that happened to you. So I'm thinking 10 steps ahead already. But I mean, like if push came to shove, like there's no way around it. Okay, then dude, like you're about to find out, you know, why you pressed. You know, I'm going to show you what I know. And if you can handle the pain, dude, you can handle it. But if not, it's going to be a long day for you, man.
Yeah, I completely agree with you on the treating everybody. Like you don't know what someone's background is. Maybe they'll be the person that's going to whoop your ass. But there's a quote from the general who was the Marine Corps general while I was in, and he was beloved. We loved the shit out of him. He ended up quitting during Trump eventually. General Mattis. He was an old salt dog, badass war fucking Marine, and he said, "Be professional, be friendly to everyone, but always have a plan on how to kill them.
Yeah, yeah, man. So that's what I've told this one person. I'm like, dude, like a lot of people don't know this. Like, if I don't get along with you, I'm not gonna let you know. You know, like if I don't want to associate with you or anything like that, like, you know, I told you, like, I'll have a conversation with you, but in my head, I'm already sizing you up, man. I'm thinking like, okay, this guy might have some size on me. Like, how would I take him out? Like, how would I, if push came to shove, how would I beat him? And I'm already like thinking about this in my head, man. There's been some like tall dudes that I've like say I don't really care for, you know.
Yeah.
But but I'll still act, you know, just to, because we work in the same area or they go to the gym, where I'm like, dude, I'll shred your knee, bro. Like, that was the first thing I'll go after, and then after that,
I've seen you've been starting to kick the bag a lot more.
Yeah,
you've been doing some kicking, huh?
Yeah, I've been talking to Brandon more about
like Muay Thai,
like doing more MMA stuff as well and everything. So, like I said before, with like the whole back to the story with the MMA stuff.
Yeah.
When I was with Brandon, they were teaching me like the Muay Thai striking, the kicks, the jiu-jitsu and everything like that. But eventually when I stopped doing jiu-jitsu and only focused on like the striking aspect of things. Just not because I didn't like jiu-jitsu. Like it was fun, man. It really is fun.
Yeah.
And like learning all the cool like locks and you know,
submissions.
Everything that they do. I think it's like
very practical.
Yeah, man. I think it's amazing stuff. Like, you know, you're manipulating the body of your opponent or yourself, you know, to like stretch out this way, or, you know, I didn't even know some holds can like make you like tap.
Yeah.
And they're like super simple stuff, you know. But yeah, when I eventually pulled from that and started focusing more on the striking aspect of things, and that's when, towards the end of that gym closing down, and Brandon wanted always to have like a gym and have fighters, you know. He wanted to, it was more quantity over quality, you know. Like he wanted to, like his gym to represent something, like, you know, the people are coming from this gym, you're in trouble kind of thing, you know.
So what do you mean? You said quantity versus quality?
Yeah.
You mean the other way around? Quality?
Yeah, quality versus quality. Yeah, sorry. Yeah. It's been a minute. Like you're making me like backtrack towards the years.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. You're freaking old man now already. It's been a whole 8 years. I'll have to really think back to 1972.
Yeah, man. It feels like that. It's been, so much has happened since then, man. Like it's crazy. Like once you really like, because I've never had this conversation with anyone, man. Like, so it's making me like really like think of it. I'm like,
hell yeah, man.
man.
Well, we're
like,
getting it for the record, because as we get older, dude, we're just, I think I have a fear. I think we're just going to keep dumping more memories to make room for these new decades. And then we're going to look back and go, what the fuck? And I'm already at the point where my friends will bring up stories. I'm like, what? When did that happen?
I don't remember any of that. Yeah. Yeah, man. Like it's nice, you know, to like definitely like backtrack to like towards everything in the very beginning. Cause I've like said, I don't even think I've told Jason and Kendra that I've been with Brandon before that I can remember.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I don't think I have. After
all these years.
Yeah, maybe I have, maybe I haven't. You know, so we talk about so much that sometimes that gets like, something goes out the door. I mean, out the window or something.
Yeah,
like that.
It just deletes out of the memory.
Yeah, exactly.
We gotta restore the files.
Yeah, man.
And wipe the dust off. Yeah, dude. So but last time we were talking as well in the sauna, I remember you were potentially going to do a competition. You were potentially getting ready. You wanted to lose weight, so you could be ready to compete. Is that still something in the horizons for you?
Yeah, I definitely still want to do that at some point. Like, so when I was getting like ready for all that, there was a lot of like personal stuff going on behind the scenes that like that Jason and Kendra know about. And how do you say it? I wasn't mentally checked in, you know. I was during the training sessions, I would be like, you know, I'm feeling this kind of way. This is before the mentality that I have now. Like if I would have had this mentality back then when I started, oh man, I would.
Which is what?
I would like a mentality that I have now. Like throughout these past couple of months, it's gotten better. You know, it's like regardless of what I'm going through or, you know, whatever life God throws at me, it's not gonna face me. I'm still gonna be doing what I'm doing, you know. I'm still in the gym, training, coaching, this and that, you know. Like it's not gonna deteriorate me from what I'm doing. Nothing's gonna distract me from my goals and what I want to accomplish. No matter how sad, you know, angry, whatever I am, nothing's gonna stop my,
It sounds like you have discipline now.
Yeah, man. I have a lot, man. Discipline, consistency is definitely a lot more. And I just said I always knew I had that kind of mindset. I always knew I want it, and now I have it. But I always had such a bad habit of getting comfortable and ignoring that instinct of I'm like, oh, I know
Let just follow the little bitch voice in your head.
Yeah.
I don't want to do it. I just want to eat that donut.
Yeah.
My mouth's salivating.
Man.
Let me eat this donut.
Yeah.
Let's take a break from the gym today. I mean, I'm feeling late. Let's just play video games today.
I've never really taken a break from the gym. It's more of I'm comfortable doing the bare minimum, not even giving 100%. And I'm like, okay, I did something that was good enough. Something so simple and little. But, so the past couple months, man, have definitely changed me in that aspect of how do you say it? So I've, lost a couple things that let me explain it better. So I went through a couple things, personally outside the gym, and
some trials
and tribulations, yeah. And I really after everything, it flipped the switch in me. It was God saying, "You want this," and it took me a while to realize, okay, this is why it happened. In the beginning, I was like, why? Why?
Was it family stuff, romantic stuff? What kind of trials? If you could just give us
a little bit of everything.
Oh yeah,
a little bit of everything. Yeah.
When it rains, it pours, kind of thing.
Yeah, and I was like, dude, everything was hitting, came at a wave, because everything was so good for months and months and months. I was that's where I was before everything was started flowing okay. I was in the the mindset. I was okay, I'm grinding right now. Everything I feel the mindset was coming, and then that distraction came of all right, everything is good. And then that mental mindset shut down, and that was it. I was comfortable. And I was sick. I happy doing the bare minimum. And I was still at the gym. I was still doing what I was supposed to do, but I wasn't focused like I am now. And like I said, that for me, the training sessions were just
You knew you weren't giving it all?
Yeah, I knew I wasn't giving it all.
You'd go home with a little regret or what?
Yeah. In my head, I'm thinking dude, you can do more. What's wrong with you, But like I said, it was the happiness that, and being comfortable.
Comfort.
Yeah, that brought that about. And then, I've always had these goals that I wanted to go after, and after when everything started, I put it to the back burner without really realizing it. And towards when those months, everything was solid, good, man. I was happy, I was content, family wise and everything. And how do you say it? And then let's say 4 or 5 months into it, everything just went crashing down, out of the blue. So everything hit me all at once. And so when all that was happening, I just kept thinking to myself, why, why does that happen? Everything was good, it's so weird. Mm-hmm. But I've never been one before. I was never one to pray or anything like that. And or people would ask me about God, do you believe? And I was to a certain extent. I have a very open mind, I would tell them. And one day I was I guess you can say I prayed. I was I want that, killer instinct. I want that mentality that I know that I have that's gonna help me go further. I know I have it in me. I know I just need something. Show me something that I need. And I got it, man. But it cost me that comfort that I had. As I said, God's you have all these things that you wanted. Now I'm going to take it away from you. Either I'm going to give it back to you at some point, maybe, or I'm going to upgrade your life tenfold, or even if you get the stuff back, your life's going to be upgraded tenfold. But
it sounds a little bit like the story of Job vibe. You know that story? But biblical, where the guy who was a firm believer in God and God stripped him of everything. and he still believed in God, and then he gave him back tenfold.
So I've never heard the story. So like my experience with like this, like with everything like that, like religious wise.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, man. So after, like I said, now that I'm like months into this, like I see now why, you know, it was like him saying like, all right, I pulled this from you. You wanted that, you got it. And like I said, my mind just switched instantly after that. I was like, I'm getting up at 3:30 in the morning now, going to the gym, hitting it hard, weights, boxing, cardio, everything, man. Like I pushed my body. It got to a point like my body, like I was doing like 7 days straight, and like I was to be like, I don't have any rest days right now, and I lost like 17 pounds off of it though, like just hitting it so hard.
The real test is, how was your diet?
Oh man,
I think working out is easy.
Yeah,
like it's fun. I could work out like an animal every day.
I love food, man. I'm like,
Me too.
I love food.
That's what the problem is for me. It's like I'll fucking work out like an animal every day until my body shuts down. But the diet for me is where the real discipline comes. Yeah,
my same. I mean, I try to clean up as much as I can, but I'll have those days or like weeks where I'm like, I'm eating dirty or something like that. But yeah, man, my diet's definitely something that I battle with constantly. I love food, man.
You're a glutton.
Yeah,
me too.
It happens. I can, once I check it, I'm pretty good at checking it though.
Yeah.
And right now, like it's a little bit back and forth. I'm not gonna lie. So.
Because I feel like for men like us, it's more easy to tap into that aggressive nature in a workout because it feels good still. Like even though it sucks and it hurts, and like it's like your body doesn't want to do it because you're exhausted, and you push hard and your heart rate's at 180 or something. Yeah, man. You still feel like a fucking animal.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
I had an experience like that at work the other day, man. I remember I went in, I did cardio and stomach, and usually I'll do 6 miles, right? I won't even take no breaks or nothing. I'll just run straight through the 6. And people don't believe that I can do it still. Like even though like I post my results and stuff like that, people like, dude.
The thing is, those treadmill things, they might be a little bit off for the distance.
Yeah.
Those self-propelling ones.
Yeah.
Versus like a real life 6 miles. Because I'd run all the time too. Like after every workout, I run 3 miles minimum. I've been boosting it up to 4 every day on the treadmill. But I feel like it's like. I feel like 3 miles on the treadmill is different than 3 miles outside on the road.
Yeah, so I think the numbers are different just from like the ones you do self power and then the ones that you just constantly run on. Yeah, I always do the self power ones. Yeah. I just say it. I talked to Jason and Kendra about that, and they said like if they're off, they're only off by like a little bit. Yeah. But you know, well, have you heard Jason's rule about running outside? That's how he says he wouldn't recommend it just because the constant like
terrain changes,
impact of your foot hitting the ground and the concrete that
you can run on dirt,
mess up your knee.
And then
there's someone at the gym that actually had a knee surgery because of that. Oh yeah, for just running. Well,
you want to talk about knee surgeries? Let's just fucking kick jujitsu out of the gym because people getting knee injuries all the fucking time and getting in locks in jujitsu. But running outside, come on, that's fucking nature. Yeah, this is where we run. That's real deal.
That's how Kendra tore her ACL and all that too, just from running out. She told me the story. She's like, I was just running. It was like a plane because he told me they went camping. So I was thinking like, this whole time, like, she was running up a mountain or something like that, or something like, maybe she stepped on a rock, and that's how it happened. No, she's like, no, it was flat ground. It was like that black tar pavement, and boom, it happened.
Weird pushing hard or something.
No, she said it was just a run, just normal run. I was like,
that's weird because there's people out there running hundreds of miles races, ultra marathons. They're doing ultra marathons, and they're not doing those injuries.
It's weird. But we've had other people like run outside and they come back to Jason like, can you cut my knee? And it's from running outside.
I think maybe something about that. Maybe people don't know how to run properly too, proper form running. I follow a lot of Instagram pages where they talk about that little bit lean forward, the impact spots of your feet to make sure that you get that motion. And also I think maybe some people don't know how to pace themselves properly, especially when you're out running out in public. There's cars that see you. You kind of want to like boost it up a little bit, like, these people are watching me run. I should look like an animal. I don't want to look like I'm a grandma going all slow. So then you pick up the pace a little more than maybe what you should be doing, and then maybe you're getting fatigued further than you should be. Yeah. And then boom, because there's soft trails everywhere. I mean, I wonder what the argument is for how soft the Canyon Rim Trail is. It's actually like spongy tar versus a fucking treadmill.
Because I mean, if we have like a couple guys also like go on the trails over there and everything that,
Yeah.
and they're fine. But how do you say it? That's why I always run inside, just because I know that like Jason's wrong and stuff like that. And I'm like, and I know because before, like when I started everything, before I would went to Jason and Kendra, I would go run the canyon, and my left knee would hurt after my runs and everything. But then again, I was a lot heavier as well. So
Yeah, and there is more.
Like
in fact, so running outside. So this is what we're all agreeing. Running outside is harder.
yeah, pretty much. Yeah,
it's the real shit. That's real life running.
I've been wanting to go to Centennial and run up the hill, just to like boost my cardio up, because I know I would do it like tremendous like amount of cardio on that, like
because it's like I feel like it's almost the argument of being like, I can box for 12 rounds. I did it on a bag. You know what I mean? But then you jump into a sparring match for 12 rounds.
And you're like, you're
different
dying.
thing.
Yeah, when the first minute, you're like, dude, why is this so hard? Like,
It's just real. It's the real.
Like, I'm gassed. I'm already like breathing heavy. Yeah, man.
One's like training with a little bit of, there's like not all the difficulties, a training version.
Yeah.
And then one's like the real deal.
Yeah. I see what you mean.
That's how I feel about machine running anyways. Machine running is like training for real running.
Yeah.
Because real running is harder. I'm so fucking slow in real life.
Yeah, especially with the heat and everything. We're running outside.
Yeah, the heat, and you're not watching a fucking video for 30 minutes or something. You're like actually just out there in the suck.
Yeah, just
keeping an eye on the road to make sure you don't fucking walk
before
up on.
When I would run, it would just be me and my thoughts, man. Just like, I'm just cruising by, like thinking of like just life and everything that was going on. I liked it. But
meditative of sorts.
Yeah.
Well, there's like these Buddhist monks in China who do like marathons. Like they run like a marathon for every day for like 26 days.
Really?
Like 26 miles a day for 26 days. Because there's like it's almost David Goggins-y. Like they find enlightenment through pushing their body through its physical max. Because then it's almost like your conscious spirit has to overtake your physical body and push it beyond where it wants to go. I've reached moments like that before in runs, physical runs, where I had a crazy side ache and my calves started to cramp while I was running from the canyon. I was running back from the Evil Knievel jump and I was hauling ass. And I was listening to some spiritual ass like jungle music, like dum, 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 dum. And it was like I was looking at my shadow and I was getting into this trance where I saw my shadow and I started like thinking about that. I'm in control. My body is just a tool. I can make it do whatever. I can run it until it dies. Horses run in races till they die. They can make their body push so hard that they die. Dan Gable, one of the greatest wrestlers of all time, undefeated through college until he got complacent and lost one at the very end. Because he did an interview with the news. Yeah, hey, we'll go do this. Went in there and then fucked up and lost.
I'll be right back, guys.
He was like a fucking like 80-1, I think. He was just an unbelievable wrestler, one of the greatest of all times. They called the Gable lock after him, this type of grip. But he said he would go into training every day. And wrestling's a motherfucker of a sport. Super big.
It is, bro. It is. One of our guys is in Thailand right now. He's doing
Muay Thai camp
over there. Yeah.
Oh, nice. How long is he doing that camp for?
I think he's going for like a month.
Oh wow, hell yeah, that'll be great for him.
Yeah, man, and he's gonna he's gonna come back. Like I know he's gonna come back an animal because he's he's one of those kids that you can coach.
Yeah, who is it?
Bidad. Have you met Bidad?
I'm not sure.
Yeah, he's over there. He just came in one day. He's like, I'm going to Thailand.
Oh wow!
I'm like, just like that, dude. He's like, yeah, we booked the fight and everything.
Hell yeah, dude.
So he's doing like jiu-jitsu.
Is he doing like a? Do you know what camp he's at?
He's in Tigers Muay Thai.
Oh, Tiger Muay Thai.
He's
So he's sleeping and waking up and training there every day.
Yeah, man.
Hell yeah, I know that camp.
Yeah, he's in. He posted on his Instagram the other day. He was like Muay Thai this time, jiu-jitsu this time, back to Muay Thai over here this time, and everything. I was like, dude, you're doing it right now, man. Like hell yeah.
Yeah, the training in Thailand is here. We train. It's like you wake up, do your life, go train. Go back, do your life, have some food, maybe train again, and then go back to your life. Thailand camps, Thailand camps, they are like, wake up, you're at training.
Yeah.
Get some food, you're training. Have like a fucking break training. You're training.
Yeah, it's a crazy lifestyle.
It's like your life is training.
Yeah, it's over there. It's like to us, you were thinking like, oh man, that's crazy. They didn't have a life, but to them, you're like pretty much born into that kind of thing. Especially if you're competing, that's all you're gonna know.
They definitely know how to take care of their training partners too, though, because they spar all the time.
Oh yeah,
they don't go hard, and they'll even spar without any gear, just like with kicks and hands that just touching. But what I was saying about Dan Gable, he would say that going into every wrestling practice, his goal would be to train so hard that he died. And every day he would fail that goal. And I'm like, damn, that's crazy. Because it's hard to push your body to those max limits. It takes a special person.
Yeah. Because even when you work out, you're thinking like, oh, I can do more. Just start pushing a little bit more. Or like, sometimes like, at least when I do my runs and everything like that, sometimes I'll be afterwards, I'm like, I don't feel fatigued. Like, did I push myself hard enough? I'm like, I can do more. Like, I know I can do more. Like, but yeah. I'm like, I'll stop after 6. I'm like, 6. At the most I push is like close to 8.
That's the first you've gone so far.
Yeah, it's like not at 8, but like very close. And even after that, I've been like, I'm not fatigued. Like, I didn't push myself hard enough. Like, it was just like me, like, just having like the macho kind of thing.
And go do something else.
I'm like, yeah, and then we'll go from there and like lift weights and stuff like that, or like box. Because on the days that I'm there early, and I know Jason and Kendra are gonna come in right after, I'll be there. Like, say I wake up at 3 or 4, and I'll go to the gym, and I'll do my thing. And then one time, right, I went in there, did my thing. Jason and Kendra get there. Jason's like, all right, come on, let's go. You're gonna do more weights, and I was like, oh, can't tell Jason no. All right, let's go, man. Let's go do some more weights. And I think I did a total of like 10 miles that day, or 10 or 11 miles. Because then afterwards, Kendra started running. And I was like, yeah, okay, I'll join you guys. Why not? Might as well finish all the way, right? And then I was thinking, I'll stop when Kendra stops. And Kendra's like, oh, I'm just going to do like a light run. But for Kendra, light stuff is like still...
It's probably about heart rate.
Yeah. No,
like, it's probably like light as in I'm not going to push my heart to 180 beats. I'm going to keep it chilling at 150.
Yeah, because I said for Kendra's like, it's light stuff. But then just normal person, like, that ain't light. That's still like going pretty hard, or like pretty, But it's just because like how, like, how good condition she is, with everything.
But there, to someone else, that might be super light, like Davey Goggins. Yeah. Are you only running 6 miles?
That's it.
Okay.
Yeah. Do that in my sleep.
I do that every day. Yeah. 7 miles every day is what he does for rest days. Rest days for him are 7 miles.
Yeah, man, when he was in camp with Tony Ferguson, he had like surgery in his knees or something like that. Yeah. And he was out there.
He's still running. His knees are fucked. He's still doing it. It's kind of crazy lifestyle, really. But so when my whole little spiritual moment, I can remember when I was running, I had that spiritual music going on. Yeah. And I was in pain. I had a crazy side ache. Like, it felt like it was making me want to just like curl up. Like, it's stabbing me. My calves were starting to like cramp up. My knees were starting to hurt. And I was just listening, getting into this trance with this spiritual music. And I remember the sunset. I could see the Mormon temple. It was so majestic because I was coming back from Evel Knievel on the Canyon Rim. And then the clouds it was sunset time. And the clouds looked so godly, like beams coming out. And the spiritual music is just started getting to me. And I was watching my shadow as I was getting into this trance. And I started imagining myself about the bloodline I come from. The only reason I'm alive is because all my ancestors survived every war, survived every natural disaster. And I come from the bloodline of warriors, of survivors. Yeah. I have the capability to lock in, grab a sword, and go fight the enemy in this field. That's who my people are. That's where my ancestors come from. That's all of us.
Yeah, so I never thought of it that way. And now you just break it down. I'm like, that's actually true, man. This was stuff that happened in the past. That's
the only reason we're here. Yeah, we're the winners of every war, pretty much. Unless, we survived everything. And life is hard to survive.
Yeah.
Especially other humans who want to destroy you. So we're part of the survivors. And I just got into this fucking crazy like trance, dude. And I didn't give a fuck about any pain anymore. I feel like I hit that Buddhist enlightenment thing where I was like, my pace picked up. I was in all this pain for a second. Tranced out, stared in my shadow, and all of a sudden I just like stopped caring about everything, and I picked my pace up to fast as fuck for like the last half a mile or so. I was fucking flying, not giving a fuck. And when I stopped, dude, my body felt so depleted, but I wasn't like heaving or anything. Yeah, I felt like a monster. It was crazy. I was like, this must be what those fucking Buddhist people are trying to tap into.
Yeah, man. You do it without realizing it sometimes,
that detachment. Well, I don't know. I think I realized it. I think there's a threshold you have to cross.
Yeah. I mean, like when you're like tap into something like that, it's like when you least expect it, like you're just like going about it. You think you're going to give in, and then it just happens. And then you're like, oh, fuck.
Yeah. See, for me at that moment, at least for me, was different than the second wind. Second winds are like, fuck it. Let's keep going.
Yeah. Yeah.
That one was like fuck it. Let my body collapse.
Yeah. If you're hitting that next step, and you still say, okay, I'm still gonna push through here. It's a different kind of like feeling. You definitely know you're like, I definitely push past those limits.
Yeah, I'm too reckless with myself though. I always end up injured and shit because I want to just push myself randomly one day to these stupid ass limits where I haven't prepared myself. Like for instance, one day we had one Thanksgiving pigged out, and I was like feeling like such a piece of shit. I was like, tomorrow morning I'm waking up and we drank and we were like, I hadn't even hydrated nothing. I was like, tomorrow morning I'm going on a jog to like compensate for this. Yeah. And I was at my brother's in Wendell. I woke up and I'm like, you know what? Let's fucking do it. And I jogged my ass all the way to Buell because my family's going to be in Buell. So I was like, I'll just meet you guys there. Yeah. And I just started jogging, dude. And the bitch was, I went down the canyon. So I ran down, I got down the canyon, down the grade. And then I'm at the bottom, that Highway 30 kind of towards Buell and dips down and then goes up the grade to Wendell. Yeah. So I got to the bottom and I did not realize how fucking hard it was going to be going up the grade back to Buell. And my legs, like I couldn't even bend them anymore. They were so like full of acid or something. They were just like swollen and straight. And I was literally like, I was constantly battling in my head. What the fuck are you doing? Just call Isaiah, tell him to come pick me up. Just, you know what I mean?
I'm a handicap right now.
Yeah, I'm hurt as a fucking,
need you right now.
There's like 8 more miles to go and I'm fucking can't even take one step. But my ass was like, still, I argued my whole way through all the way until I got to the baseball fields in Buell and went and collapsed into the grass. And then I called Isaiah and said, come pick me up. I can't even move. But yeah, those wins though, where you want to just give up so bad and then you just force yourself to see it through because you said at the beginning you would. Yeah. I feel like those are the things that set you up for the wins in the future. Yeah. It's like the pattern of winning. You know what I mean? The pattern of, I don't care. We said we're doing it, so we're doing it. Yeah. And that voice will start ruling your life versus, man, this is unsafe. Oh man, maybe you could find excuses all the time, especially in the dire moments. If you start putting excuses from the get-go or start putting yourself doubt before you start anything, you're either not going to do it or you're not going to complete it. Well, before you start anything, for me, I don't think it's before. For me, it's during. Like you can say, do we want to climb Mount Everest? We should climb Mount Everest. We can talk all we want. Yeah. Then when we're on Mount Everest,
like, dude, why the hell are we up here? Yeah, man? Like,
then all the excuses start happening. Like, dude, well, this is dangerous. Dude, my oxygen's low. Dude, we're not prepared. Like, then every excuse of reality starts hitting you when you're actually in it, and you go you could try to look for any way out, and that's where the test is. Are you going to take those? They could be great excuses. Are you going to take it? Or are you sticking to what you said at the beginning when everything was great and easy? Are you able to stick to your word? Yeah, and see it through? Yeah, pretty much. Like, yeah, you want this? Like, all right, like you're gonna have to really, let's go. Yeah, because everyone can set goals. I mean, the doubt I don't think happens when you're setting the goal. You're
like at least for me, like I just said, if I'm gonna like before I start anything, I'll have like doubts before I even like started, man.
Oh,
like,
really?
Yeah, man. It's crazy. My mom would be like, okay, I want to do this, but then I'll be thinking of like, no, but what if this? And I'll be like this and that. Like, see, I'm already setting myself for failure, man. Like, and
it's that little boy and that guy that freaking before you got into martial arts guy, that insecure guy, huh?
Yeah, that insecurity comes back. Like, and I'm like thinking, well, like I've never started, I'm gonna go this far and this happens or yada yada. Like, see, I'm already setting myself for failure, and it took me a long time to break that chain, man. Because like I said, when I was the first time I was 300 pounds and I was going to MMA, right? It was making me different, build a confidence, losing the weight and everything, but it wasn't like the confidence that I have now, And I was always a super chubby kid growing up, so I got made fun of a lot. And I just said, I never really had like any kind of like, I guess like support system to lose weight or anything like that. I was always tell people like, I don't care, man. I'm fat. I know. I don't care. I'm happy. But in the inside, I'm all like, dude, I was like hurting, man.
It's not who you wanted to be.
Yeah, it's not who I wanted to be. And I was like, I was showing the outside. I was like, oh, I'm happy, I'm good. But then I'm like, dude, I was dying. I was like miserable. And like, would act like the jokes wouldn't hurt me or anything like that. I would laugh and make fun of myself. And as soon as I started doing the MMA stuff, a confidence came about me, right? But then, like I said, when all that stopped, I lost weight. The lowest I got was 204. So I went from 300 to 204, right? And then, like I say, you're young. I was like, after high school, I was thinking about like 19, 20. And then, you meet someone and all the weight comes back.
You get comfortable all over again.
Yeah, and
everything's good.
Yeah, I was still hitting the gym and everything afterwards, but I definitely got like super lazy, man. I gained all the weight back and everything, and so like when all that stuff happened, you know, I was in a toxic relationship for almost 3 years, and I was like, that person would say a lot of stuff to me mentally that messed with my head so much, man. And like I said, I was already coming in from kind of like dealing with all those, like, you know, the weight and everything. Mm-hmm. So like I'm mentally strong, but not that much. I was still like doubting myself in a lot of things. And like,
you had cracks.
Yeah. And how to say it, as the years went on with that relationship, man, I took a lot of like mental stuff that I shouldn't have taken from someone. And like it broke me so many times, and I became this person that I didn't even know who I was, man. Like I took so much that I shouldn't have. And then towards the end of everything, like during that relationship, when they had that old spot over by the Pepsi company is when I started going. But that relationship was already at its ends. And I went to that spot for like, I think 3 weeks to a month, and then I stopped. And how to say it, because of that person, you know, and everything they would like, you know, feed into my mind and everything. So after, you know, me and the person finally ended, man, like I remember those times of just like just feeling miserable, man, laying in bed. I'm like, dude, this isn't you. Like, you want to change, but you don't take the steps. Like, you know what you got to do. And I always tell myself, I'll go to the gym the next day and the next day. Maybe like, no, like I was suffering inside, man, really, really, really bad. And like I would deal with like depression before growing up as a kid as well. I never told anyone about it. I would never talk to my mom about it or my stepdad or anyone. I would always keep it in the inside, and I would kind of do like the suffering science kind of thing, you know? And like I remember this day, like clear as day, man. Like when they open up the spot they're in now, like that first week or second week, I think, I was telling myself, like, you're going to go tomorrow. No matter what, how are you feeling, you're going to get up and you're going to go. And I did, man. I hit up Jason. I'm like, hey, you know, I want to do that personal training. I want to kind of cool. And I kind of talk to you guys about it. As soon as I walked into that door, man, they broke down everything for me. And I told them my goal, you know, I want to lose the weight and then eventually compete. And from that moment that I walked into those doors, I pretty much haven't left, man. I've been there like pretty much every day, you know. I mean, like, given granted, you know, there's been times where, like, you know, I have to miss a day, but not like for being lazy or anything like that. Mm-hmm. I'm like, I've always been in there. Like, I think like the most that I was like a week because I was sick. And other than that, man, like the second time around when I gained all that weight back, I was at 300s. Now I lost 83 pounds. I'm at 217. And like throughout this whole time, man, like I told Jason and Kendra one time, I'm like, I would have thought walking through those doors that I would be where I'm at with you guys now, and the person that I will become the person that I have, like, at this moment, you know, mentally, physically, everything, with what I know, what you guys have taught me. And, like, you know, it's just the progress that I keep making. Like, I would have thought that in a million years. And Jason tells me, like, dude, your confidence has shut up, like, way, like, you know, way up. And, like, even when I post, like, my results on social media and stuff like that, can you just, like, look at your face in this picture, look at your face in that picture. Like, you can tell the difference of the person you were before and the person you are now. Like, now you're thinking you're the shit. Like, you know, you have that mental aspect of yourself now. Like, you know, you're doing good, you know. And, like, I've, like, in, like, now, like I said, I don't let anything stop me. I have a mental focus of what I want to do and what I want to achieve. And like I said, regardless of people's words or whatever they're saying about me, this and that, or trying to, like, because I could tell people, like, people say you can't do something, that's the limitations they put on themselves. Not on you. It's because they can't do what you're doing or don't have the willpower to do what they want to do. So they'll throw that on you. And, like, I've never let that. I'm like, no, that's, like, you guys say that I can't. But, like, so I was having a conversation just the other day with my friend and his wife, right? Mm-hmm. I told him, like, I want to get, like, I'm looking for, to buy a bike, you know. I want to ride pretty much from my house to the gym to work and back and forth like that, you know. Just, I want to do 3 stops out of the day. And how do you say it? They're like, no, you can't do that. Like, there's no way. I'm like, yeah, people told me the exact same thing too when I started this journey of with boxing, losing weight. Nobody thought I was gonna be where I'm at, and look at me now. Like, so just because you guys think you can do it, doesn't mean I can do it. Like, I know I can do it. Like, so I don't know why you guys are trying to, throw your guys' thoughts at me like that. But like I said, that's because like their mentality isn't like what we have. You're in the gym full of surrounded by people who are just trying to better themselves and do good in life. And when you come around people that don't have that environment, all they do is like focus on negativity and problems, this and that. Your positive mindset or anything like that is like, this guy's full of himself or something like that. And I've noticed that with a lot of people, man. Like,
it's usually people who haven't tried themselves.
Yeah.
They've never tried it. And it's because I run into this all the time because I run a lot. Usually I'm not going to be doing it for a while. And I fucked my knee up, but I'll be like, oh, you can run. Let's do a 5K. And they'll be like, oh, there's no way. There's no way. People who've never done a 5K. It's 3 miles. Hell no. That's so far. Until you do it, it's like you can do anything. Yeah. Doesn't mean you're going to do it at an Olympic athletic pace.
Yeah.
But if you don't stop, you can always accomplish anything as long as you don't stop. One more step.
Exactly. You got to find like that drive, man. Like something's going to like challenge your mind. And once you like accomplish, it doesn't matter whether like, like you said, you're doing like an Olympic level or like this master athlete or whatever. As long as you gave your best, that's all that matters in the day because you're going to feel good about it regardless of the day. Like, I gave my best. I did it,
Yeah.
And then, like, you think of the time you were, like, doubting yourself. And I was like, I was done for doubting myself. Like, it wasn't even that bad.
Yeah, and for me, honestly, I even think you don't even have to give your best. You just have to see it through. So, like for instance, you say, you know what? I'm going to run 10 miles at the beginning of your jog. And you start going. And then you go, oh, my God, I'm exhausted. I should stop. Well, then, you're not seeing it through, and that leads you to being a quitter. But if I'm exhausted, let me sit in the shade for a second, rehydrate, and then pick up, go again once I'm feeling okay. It could take you fucking 24 hours. But the moment the moment you finish it, my legs are seized like I was on the canyon. I should stop. Everything in my body's telling me I should stop. This isn't healthy anymore. It's gonna take me hours just to get to the top of this grade. Yeah. Can I take one more step? Oh, there it is. Okay. Can I take one more step? Oh, there it is.
Yeah.
And it's just, if you don't stop, no one's going to stop. You're going to accomplish it. You will accomplish it. Who knows how long it's going to take you. But the one thing is for sure, you will see it through to the end.
Yeah. And that's that will condition your mind to, like, when you have those hiccups, like a feeling like that I can't, or you feel you're going to quit, you're already conditioning your mind to like push through, like, like, oh, I've done it before and I know I can do this. So you how can I word this? Take yourself out of the mindset of like quitting. That doesn't exist anymore. You're pushing past regardless. Like, like, oh, it may take me a minute or, maybe a couple of days, but I'm going to see it through. Like that quit stuff goes out the window.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, we said we're going to do it. Now there's no going back.
Yeah. Oh,
it's like you're imprisoned into your own will.
Yeah, exactly.
When I decide I'm doing something, it's over. It's locked in. It's happening now.
Yeah.
I said I'm doing it.
See, exactly. And a lot of people don't see it that way. Like when we have new members at the gym, and they see like a little bit like more of the events people or something like moving around and everything. I'm like like where you're at right now is where we're all started, man. Like I know where you're thinking. Like like, oh, this is hard. There's like the movement, the punches, remembering all this and that. And so I'm like, dude, take baby steps. It doesn't have to be. You have to learn it fast. Everyone learns in their own pace. We've had people who've like, taken months just to even learn how to throw a jab. And how do you say it? Look at them now. They didn't quit. They still kept going. And look, like it just depends on you. Whatever you give into is where you're gonna get out. And so don't get frustrated. It's gonna come, but you gotta stay dedicated on top of it.
So how did you get shaped into this coaching role that you're in now?
So. Yeah, okay. So with the coaching stuff, when it happened, when I was going through all that personal stuff, Jason asked me one day, he's like, hey, you want to help me? Like once I got something figured out, Jason's like, hey, do you want to like help me coach? And because at that time, when they would leave for competitions, I remember sometimes there wouldn't be no training or anything going on, and at that time I was thinking like, oh, like I don't know anything about like coaching or anything. Like I know what you teach me, that's about it. And then I don't think I would know how to run a class. And I just say he's taking me under his wing from that day and like giving me like all this knowledge and everything, how to go about it, and you know, the stuff to look for and stuff like that. So that's just like when there's sparring going on, he'll be like, he'll be coaching one kid and I'll be coaching the other kid, you know. So that when he's broken down everything along every step along the way. And when he asked me, I was a little nervous. I was like, oh man, I was like, gonna trust me with a coach role? Like, man, that's crazy, man. Like I never would have thought that, but I said yeah, and you know, it's been a journey, you know, having like, you know, taking my test and everything, and then going to our bronze clinic and getting certified through USA Boxing and everything, man. It's crazy. And now, like Jason, like the other day, he told me when we came back from one of the competitions, he's like, your like confidence has shot up from the coaching aspect as well. You know, you can definitely see it now. And like, yeah, when he told me that, I was like really thinking about it. Like I backtracked to like that moment when he asked me, and then when I would like help coach, I was thinking like, oh man, I don't know, I don't really know anything. And I would think I would like sound dumb or something like that when I would try to give advice out. Now I'm like, okay, I am seeing things in a different light, you know, with our fighters, when we're out competitions, you see stuff that the fighter doesn't see. And that's what I tend to like read off of things. So I'm like, oh, okay, you know, so-and-so is a punish up in their hand here or doing this when they're moving. So now I'm like, okay, you know, capitalize on those little hiccups.
Yeah.
Yeah. So like, it's crazy, man. Like it's hard for me to put into words.
A lot of people say that once you start coaching, it boosts your own martial arts capabilities significantly because it focuses your mind on having to really understand the techniques.
Yeah, for sure. Like I feel like even though I haven't been trained like I used to, just being even like the basic techniques, helping it like all the new people that come in, I feel like have improved mine like tenfold. It's crazy. But like when I hit the bags and everything, and my mind's already conditioned to, I'm like, okay, you did this wrong. Let's go back and fix this right here. I feel like my punches are like even like a little bit more sharper. For sure, since helping coach everything. Jason told me in the beginning, like, it's going to help you with your boxing. And I was like, all right, man, whatever is going to help me too with that. And no, it definitely has, man. It's crazy how that's worked. And that's what Jason before. I'm like, even though I haven't been training like the way I used to, like, I feel my technique is like improving so much. And I've noticed that one time, like say it's out of the blue, like you just one day you just like, it just happens. So I was shadow boxing one time and I just said, I was moving in certain ways I never moved before, or like cutting certain angles. And I was like, I didn't even know I knew this, but it's from, you know, breaking it down, helping those other, like helping the kids or some of the adults. Yeah. It
hits all on its own.
Yeah.
You know, man. It doesn't, you don't do it. It starts doing it on its own.
Yeah. Just muscle memory at this point. Yeah.
Drill is the key to every martial art. I think like my training method now, cause I'm trying to keep my punches sharp. I want to get 10,000 hours in on all my punches so I can have perfect punching when I need it out in the wild. I don't want to fight anybody, but if someone tries to attack me, it just punches on its own. Boom, perfect.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Yeah, it's game on, man.
It just goes perfectly because your mind might shut down, so it needs to just be able to be a reflex of proper punches. So I always start out on the bag with, I'll warm up my jabs, and I just start out with a perfect jab only, like perfect. This is where I want to be. Yeah. And then I'm going to return it straight to here. Okay, back to here. Okay, back to, and then I start picking it up. Then I start adding some movement, and then some feints, and just getting it a little more complex until I just am drilling it a little bit fast, but perfect. Yeah. And that's the thing I think newbies usually don't understand. Yeah, man. The switch where it's like drill perfectly. Yeah. Every time you're just doing it all sloppy and doing it hard and trying to just look like you're a monster. Yeah, like beating up the bag. Yeah. Like you're tired within like the first 10 seconds. Man, we see that every day. That's what I tell them. Like when I was started, because a couple of the kids and some adults told me like, oh, when you started, like, what would you do? I'm like, dude, when I started, I would literally come in and practice my jab for like 35 minutes to 45 minutes. Because I wanted a nice, stiff, hard jab. You know, that's what I always wanted. Fast, man, fast. And I told him, like, that's the most important punch in boxing, man. Whether it's MMA or boxing, that's going to set up everything, you know? Well, how tall? You're not too tall. How tall are you?
I'm like, I think like 5'10".
5'10". Oh, I guess that's like average, I guess, right?
Maybe.
I'm living in the 6 foot world, so I guess.
Yeah, y'all guys are like 6 feet, and I'm like, oh, yeah.
Because for tall guys like us, so I got like jabs are extra important because distance is like our key.
Yeah.
Because once the short guys get in, it's like, oh shit, they're inside.
Yeah, like
now.
oh, they're in now. They're gonna chop away at the body or something.
Yeah, the
man.
uppercuts and hooks start being so devastating from the shorter guys.
Yeah,
for a tall guy like me.
So like, that's when I tell some of the people there, I'm like, you guys like load up so much in your hooks. Like, there's no need to load up so wide because like, you're leaving yourself exposed to the point where you're gonna get countered just with a simple 1-2 or just a jab. So I'm like, just short, quick hooks, and that'll do enough for you more than you're gonna realize. Like when Alex Pereira fought Jamal Hall.
Oh my god,
dude, that was such a nice short, quick hook. That's all it was, and
he's
he
like,
stopped.
Stop. I'm about to finish this guy.
Yeah, he's just like, oh, like, wait, hold on.
That was man. So cold.
Yeah,
that was the coldest fucking thing I've ever seen on a UFC card where he gets kicked in the nuts and the referee, it was, what's his name?
Herb Dean.
Herb Dean tries to stop it and goes in to stop him and he grabs Herb Dean and pushes him away.
Hey, there's just like, oh, all right, man.
And his next punch drops him.
Yeah, man.
That left hook. Boom. It was like an uppercut hook kind of.
No, it was kind of like, it was kind of like
a diagonal.
Diagonal little hook, but it was short and quick. That's all it took.
Just straight up.
Like he didn't have to like
no
wind
tell,
up, nothing. Like people think I almost swing hard because I'm gonna load up and
get the full pendulum in there. It's like, no, it's the surprise factor that you need.
I'm like, dude, just like a short, nice, quick hook is gonna do more than enough. It has speed and power on it. You know, you want to be there first before your opponent's gonna, counter or anything like that.
Speed matters more than power.
Yeah,
you gotta get there.
Yeah. Look at Connor and Jose Aldo, man. It was that straight punch. He loaded up and caught him out. And it was speed that won the fight.
Yeah, that was like a left straight kind of hook vibe. Because he kind of boom.
Yeah, when he caught him, yeah.
Oh, poor Aldo, man. That was sad.
Yeah, that was an end of an era right there.
I think even McGregor felt kind of bad. Have you seen McGregor Forever, the docuseries on Netflix?
Yeah, I said
so good.
Yeah,
he's like, if you're not in it till you die, then you're not really in it at all.
Yeah,
and I was like, oh, that's so samurai, dude. That's like, because he's like, I think most people would think, oh, McGregor is over. It's done. He broke his leg. He's been out. He's not McGregor anymore.
I don't think he's I never thought he was done. You can tell he definitely like loves the competition.
Yeah, but he's in it though. He's like a true warrior.
He's like money lazy, man. He has all that money already. He like you said, when he came in to MMA, he was like, I'm gonna make all the money and then bounce.
Yeah, but he's a real warrior.
Yeah,
he wants to still
man.
fight.
Yeah,
like
he still wants. You can tell the drive is there, but the thing is, like that prime McGregor is a part that's gone, man. That prime McGregor. Like if you were watching his fights, you were in for a show, man. It was one into like in a lifetime event. You will see it like.
Oh yeah, that's so awesome.
Like his fights were like something you want to tune into. Like you can say like
Mystic Mac.
Yeah, Mystic Mac.
I predict these things.
Yeah, man. That was like I remember watching his fights coming into the UFC. I think I watched one of his Cage Wars fights.
Oh yeah, back he's a young lad.
Yeah, and then
still piecing people up.
Yeah, and then when he came into the UFC, and I told people like, you guys didn't see like Conor, like till he was already like a couple fights in deep, and then people started noticing Conor and everything. We started calling out Jose Aldo. And I think it was after the Dan Seaver fight where people were like, all right,
I don't remember that one.
We're going to be hyping him up now. We can jump on that boat wagon
he
now.
Was fucking establishing himself with each repetition of doing amazing. It's like, oh no, he really is amazing.
Yeah, man. He really is talented. He like is managed of like distance and everything is like so crazy, his movement. And like I said, Prime McGregor was an animal, man. The
sad thing is though, because of his fame and his crazy character, people I think who are, like you said, bandwagony fans to this modern McGregor, I think they don't appreciate him for the real athlete he is.
Yeah, man, he's definitely a workhorse, man. He's one of those athletes that's a workhorse.
And like you said, he was such a spectacle to watch. Like, you're like, this guy, he's amazing.
Yeah,
like,
and the thing is, like, he would say like, oh, I'm gonna finish the fight with this way.
Yeah.
And like, have you seen the videos where he's practicing that shot? He knocked that all the way.
Yeah.
He was drilling that in the back, man. Like that's what I tell some of the people at the gym. Like, look at like Canelo, the way he drills his stuff and the way he trains is the way he fights. And like there's fighters like the way they're working their drills, training is the way it's gonna come out in their fights as well. But people don't really notice that. They're like, do you think, oh, they see all the flashy stuff and everything? They're like, no, that's what it is. I'm like, no, man. Like, look at the drills, man. That's how they're fighting. Some fighters, not all fighters, but some fighters.
So, bro, if this next 5 years is gonna be the next chapter in your book for life.
Yeah.
What's this chapter going to be about?
So this next chapter, man, that I see coming along, like I tell everyone, the gym is part of my life. That's never gonna go anywhere. I'm always gonna be in there, coaching, training, and I want to get to that aspect of competing too, but that's always gonna be there regardless.
Yeah.
Right?
Well, maybe always going to be there. You're 28.
Like
The clock's ticking.
it's ticking, man. It definitely is. But I mean, like an aspect of like just being in that environment and being
Just being involved in the martial arts. Okay,
Yeah.
I thought you meant that it's competing is always going to be there for you.
No,
like you could always
I'm saying
take that on.
like I said, I don't know what like life has in store for me.
Yeah.
Like I said, but everything I'm doing with Jason and Kendra, I've never second guessed it. That's always gonna be there. Like rain, snow, or shine, man, I'm there. Like I tell people like it's gonna come to the point where Jason and Kendra gonna like charge me for rent. That's how much time I spend there.
Hell yeah.
But like I said, man, like right now, I see the next 5 years is me becoming the person that I know I always wanted to be, for myself, for my family, for my friends.
Who's that?
It's, how can I put this into words? It's gonna be someone that is gonna definitely help those around me. I know there's gonna be a point in time in my life where I'm gonna be able to give back to everyone that has supported me, has been there for me from the very beginning. I don't know how it's gonna happen or when it's gonna happen, but I have a clear vision in my head that's gonna happen. I like, it's like so believable to me that like it gives me goosebumps when I think about it. Like, have you ever like had like you see yourself in the future, right? And
I visualize.
Like you're visualizing it, but it's like a visualization that feels so real that you can reach out and grab. Like it's gonna happen tomorrow.
So, like, describe your visual to me, because is it just an energy of helping people, or is there some sort of pathway you see?
There's a pathway that I want to take with it. But I'm one of those people, man. I'm like, I don't want to say it just yet, because
why?
I'm like a firm believer of like, I need to keep some stuff to myself, because if I put it out there at the moment, I feel like it might not happen because of this and that.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I'm one of those people, man. Like,
McGregor was super against superstitions.
Yeah.
He thought that was like a bitch move. He's like, man. I don't need a superstition, this superstition, that. I know what's gonna happen. I'm gonna make it happen.
Yeah, and I mean, I've thought it's crossed my mind too, but there's been times where I'm like, I put something out there, and I'm like, okay, I put it out there and it got shut down a little bit. Like and it's just a superstition mind that comes along.
Is it you don't want to say it because you still have a little bit of fear of failure, so you don't want to say it out loud because then everyone will know that you failed?
No, it's not with like now with like the failure stuff or anything like that, man. We need to fail to succeed, man. Like people who don't fail or have that, trial or tribulation of failure, like don't get to the next step. Like
it's part of the journey.
Yeah, it's part of like not everything's gonna be sunshine and rainbows along the way.
One day a baby was born and he was successful in everything he ever did.
That doesn't work that way, man. Like if you really,
what a great story.
Yeah, look at it. Look at all the greats, man. Whether, like I say, I don't watch basketball, football, anything like that, but look at everyone. Like with the backstory, there are people that failed and still kept moving forward.
Give me a movie that you love, that's super entertaining, where they don't have a climax, where everything might be fucked, where everything's going wrong, and the heroes have to adapt to the situation and overcome the obstacle.
Exactly.
A movie without obstacles, what the fuck are we watching? Even Disney.
Yeah, I know, exactly, man. Even like Toy Story and everything like that. Yeah, dude, even toys, But
the hero's journey, it means there's going to be fuck obstacles that are going to try to stop you.
Yeah.
And falls and pitfalls and stuff. But that's what makes the hero a hero, is that you faced the adversity and said, I'm pushing through.
Exactly. Like even if like you go for something and you fail, you don't live with that what if. You can still say, I tried to give him my all, maybe it didn't work out, but I know on the inside I give him my all. I don't live with that what if. I've definitely always push that. Like I never want to live with the what if factors anymore. At a younger age, I definitely did, because I know I've let a lot of things like slip by being younger, just living off that what if, and how to say it. a couple years back, I'm like, I don't want to live with that feeling no more. Like, I don't care whether like I fail or people laugh at me or whatever. Like, I'm not gonna live with a what if. I hate living with that what if feeling, man. I really do. So, with that, with all my future plans that I have for myself, it's gonna happen. Like, it's not gonna happen. It's going to. Like, I know what I have to do, and that with the people that I have around me, it's gonna happen.
I shot this documentary with this really rich guy named Derek Fay. He's like a fucking real estate tycoon / just overall business entrepreneur, badass. And I went down to LA and we were working out at Venice Beach and stuff. And he told me this thing. He said, you should dream so big. Because when I'm around these really influential, badass guys, I try to absorb as much, tell me about what makes you. Give me all the advice you can.
Yeah.
This is a rare instance to be around such, powerful, amazing men that have accomplished so much. And he said, you should dream so big that it embarrasses you to tell people.
Yeah, see that? Because people who do that, man, you tell someone like, hey, this is my plan. They'll be like, there's no way in hell you're going to do something like that, man. Like, look at you. You don't have that, you're not that person, you see all this stuff and then yada, yada, yada. Like, that's not going to be you. But then you actually start doing it and then it happens. You're like, what are you saying, man? Like, I remember all the time you said that. That's what I tell people, man. Like at work, I'm like, because prior to coming into coaching and everything with Jason and Kendra, I was the job that it was paying me fairly well. I was making pretty decent money for a single guy and everything, but I wasn't happy. Like I was miserable there, man. And then I said to Jason, they said offered me to coach and do the personal training and everything. And I love doing personal training, man. Like I love helping other people. I've always liked helping other people, man. That's for sure. Like I know for a fact I've always enjoyed that. And when someone comes in and they have that will to learn, oh man, dude, I'll work with them and constantly just talk to them and work, and it just nothing beats it, man. Like it really doesn't. Like just being able to help someone mentally and physically. Cause I've been through both aspects of feeling like a failure of either you're lazy, you're overweight, or boxing might seem a little bit challenging, this and that. So when someone comes in and they want to learn, man, and I genuinely see they want to learn, and they don't know what they're doing, but they're hitting the bag and stuff like that. I'm all right, dude. I'll come help you. I don't have to go home right now. Let's go.
Hell yeah, man. It's a good coach to have.
I love helping people, man. I really do.
So for your goals that you were avoiding to say out loud, is it because you're embarrassed?
It's not having to do with it embarrassment or something like that. Cause
or is it blowing out candles and say I can't say because it won't come true?
Maybe some
you're superstitious?
I think I'm a little bit superstitious, man. I really am. But I've always been one to I don't care what people say about me or think about what I want to accomplish, something like that. I've never cared, man. I really never cared. Cause I just said I've dealt with people laughing at me.
Then just tell us, what is it? And
everything.
Tell us your goal then. You
I messaged Jason about it. Jason knows and Brandon knows too. So what I see for myself in the next 5 years, man, is like I said, and I believe this to the core, is there's going to be a point in time, I'm in the process, I'm taking baby steps towards it right now, but I really want to compete MMA. I really want to pursue that so hard. From when I was younger, MMA, I was always drawn to it. I was this is what I want to do. I know I have it in me to do it. And when I was with Brandon, I always had I'm okay, the gym's here. I have those high hopes. I have the opportunity right now to train for it and do it. And the gym shut down. And I was man, what am I going to do now? I searched up this before Twin had was even growing. This was still fairly small and there was nothing. And then there was one other guy here doing boxing, but it wasn't really anything, man. And, I just said, but I still went to him, man, because I wanted to learn. I talked to that guy at one point. I'm like, hey, do I want to compete? But he didn't know anything, man. He's like, oh, there's some organizations around that might be able to help you. And that he really gave me, he wasn't really a coach. And but in the next 5 years, man, I see myself competing and pushing my body to its limit to make that happen. And conquering everything that comes along the way. And like,
That's it. That's all. That's what all the hype of you not wanting to tell us.
Except, man, I'm a little like, I'm a little.
I
like,
want to compete. What, bro?
No.
That's not something that you got to be fucking withholding from us.
No, I know, but it's like it's just one of those things of like, I don't put it out there just because like I'm still working all the kinks as well and everything, and that's kind of something like where I'm keeping to myself, and to like those around me, just because like when that happens, I was gonna make like this certain post about it, like to people.
Oh, you want to make an official announcement that you're going to be a competitor?
Yeah, kind of in a way, just because like there's people that doubt me, man. I'm like, just for those doubters, I'm
What?
like. I would
The
just,
post, your special post is going to be for the doubters?
and in a way where I'm like, just because like I've even like brought up certain ideas with people like that, just so the people that keep telling me like, you're not gonna do anything, you're not gonna do anything, so be doing it, because I still have those doubters, man. Regardless like how much I do, like I could like win $1 million, and be like, that's it.
How do you keep running it? How do you keep these? How do these doubters have voices that get to you?
I really don't know, man.
How are you even hearing these doubters?
Like
At work or what?
Work and people like that. How do you say it? Associate with them.
Yeah, stop associating with those guys.
I don't, man. People come up to me and they'll be like, oh, like no, they'll like have a conversation with me. They're like, oh, like I heard so and so said this or so and so said that. Like, I'm like, it's weird, man. Like these people talk a lot, but they never come up to you and say it personally to you. And I gotta tell people like, hey, man, like you can tell so and so like if you have a problem with me, come talk to me or whatever. I don't have issues.
Who cares? Who cares who has a problem with you? You got one goal. All you do is look at that.
Yeah,
chase it.
Exactly.
Don't even blind tunnel vision where you don't even hear what people say. I don't even know. What did they say? I don't know. I'm too busy working towards this.
Exactly, man. Like when people like just like say stuff about me and now I'm like, I don't know how like some of the stuff is even going on. Like when I'm literally all I do is go to work, get out of work, go to the gym, go from the gym back to home, sleep, wake up, go to the gym again, go to work.
Yeah.
Go home, shower, go back to the gym. Like that's all I do, man. Like that's all my life consists of right now. Like just because I know what, like I said, I'm grinding right now, man. I want to take those steps. I'm getting my body ready for everything that's going on. That I'm gonna have to do to pursue that. And but like I said, people still like have stuff to say. I'm like,
they always will.
So yeah, I had a scenario, man, not that long ago, where someone hit me up and they're like, I don't want to give too much details on this just because it's personal. But they were saying like, oh, I heard so-and-so that you've been saying this and that and everything. And I was like, out of the blue, man, right? Out of the blue. And I'm thinking like, how? I don't talk to anyone. Like I said, but there's only 5, literally, dude, like 5 people that I talk to.
Was it somebody that was thinking, like, is it a dude that wants to fight you or something?
No, nothing like that. Nothing like that.
I say that's always a problem with guys and fighting. Is the guys who don't train, they like to think that like, oh, you train? What, you think you could beat me?
Yeah, man. Yeah. That's like the only hiccup that comes like once you actually do know what you're doing. That's like the one hiccup that comes along with it. Like people always want to like, oh, I'm alpha macho kind of thing,
That's hilarious.
Yeah, and I've had scenarios like that too. But I said I walk away from a situation like that. I'm like, all right, man, you can keep barking all you want, say all you want. I'm like, if you were really about that, or you really wanted to touch yourself like that, you would have pressed me, not like stand the distance and keep yapping away and barking away like you are. And yeah man, because like how do you say it? Like I said, the people that are gonna be about it, there's none, like tell the guys at work, if you guys gonna get into a fight, you guys are really gonna be about it. There's not gonna be let's go to the locker room, let's take it over here. No, it's gonna happen right then and there. That's where it's gonna happen. There's not gonna be like any of this like, let's wait outside or meet me here. Like, no, dude, it's gonna happen right then and there. Those are the people are gonna be about it. And most people aren't like that. Most people just like to sound like they're tough, and it's not like, oh, I'm alpha macho and yada yada yada. I'm like, no, you're not, man.
Yeah, but there's also a wild card factor to life where people who don't maybe even know how to fight, like you could, people who can fight can still get knocked out by people who haven't fought.
It happens, man. Everyone has
BJ Penn. BJ Penn in Hawaii.
Yeah, man, exactly.
He all drunk. He's a fucking world champion UFC fighter. Got into an argument with some stranger, and the guy knocked him out.
Yeah, that guy has some serious confidence that day. Man. Even afterwards, it's like, dude, who can say that, man? You're a civilian just saying like, I knocked out BJ Penn.
Fuck BJ Penn, I knocked his ass out.
Yeah, man, exactly, man. But
yeah, so you gotta be careful.
Everyone has that puncher's chance, man.
Yeah, puncher's chance. Yeah.
Yeah, everyone has that, and But
So you gotta just make sure you keep that space.
oh yeah, for sure. That's what I'm saying, man. That's what I'm saying. Like, you know, when I don't get along with someone, like I'm already sizing them up. I'm like, okay, they're gonna have me on reach. So
What's your favorite counter?
my favorite counter?
Yeah.
I don't think I have a favorite counter, to be honest.
Oh, for real?
Yeah, I don't.
Mm.
The only literally like I don't got a favorite punch. My favorite punch is like literally just a jab, man.
Oh, your jab is your favorite?
Yeah.
I love hooks, dude. Counter hooks, especially with step back, boom.
Oh,
I feel like that's where the money's at least for me, anyways.
the hooks. Yeah, I mean,
Check hooks.
yeah. Jason just has everyone like drilling those check hooks like constantly now.
I need to work on my uppercuts though. I never fucking throw them. And me as a big guy, the little guys always get in and like this, and the uppercuts are money, but I just haven't been.
Yeah, uppercuts hurt, man. I remember the first time I made an uppercut, I was like, I didn't even see it coming.
That's the thing. Yeah, they're blind. Just what? Oh, what the fuck?
Yeah, and then next thing I felt it, and I was looking at the ceiling. I was like, yeah, that just happened right now. But no, man, how do you say it? With people, like I said, I don't push that. Like I really don't.
Yeah.
I said with the whole like coaching and boxing aspect of things, I never really like talked to about it with people outside. People already know. Like I work, I've once started like this job that I'm at now. How do you say it? When I left that job, I was like barely starting like my boxing stuff. When I came back, everyone already knew. And then I say you always have those people where they're like they joke around, but you know they're not. You know, they're trying to be like. What's the word I'm looking for here? There's a word for it.
Satirical? Are they?
Like they're trying to disguise.
Teasing?
Yeah, they're trying to disguise.
They're throwing jabs in there.
Like they're hating everything
Yeah.
in a joking way, but you know it's not.
Okay.
Yeah, man. Like say when I got back, I got a lot of that, and I still do.
Yeah.
And when I post like videos and like you know, it's just in progress, me working, whatever, you know. I said, then the people started saying stuff about that and everything.
Oh my gosh.
And then but I feel like some of them actually they're like, oh fuck, he actually knows how to, he actually knows what he's doing, you know, like because I feel like some people actually give him a little bit more respect now.
Oh yeah.
Just from those videos, yeah, and because some of those people would like just ask like dumb questions and they'll be like, this guy's in their hate and jokes, and now they were like, fuck, like this guy can actually throw now, like. I feel like it's a little bit of intimidation.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh fuck, he actually knows.
Have you been sparring lately?
No, man. I actually haven't sparred in 2 years.
Yeah, what? I never see you spar anymore.
I haven't sparred.
Yeah, we sparred before.
Yeah, me and you sparred, and yeah, I haven't.
I think I got you with a liver shot the last time we sparred.
That was like a liver shot.
Do you remember it?
Yeah, I remember that, man. I think you were one of the like. I remember the last person I sparred with. He's not at the gym anymore.
Oh really?
Yeah. I think his name was Caesar, not RG.
The big ass Caesar.
Yeah, big Caesar. Yeah, he was
went to jail. Caesar.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember Caesar.
Yeah. Yeah, he was the last person I sparred with. And,
that dude's a scary guy. He's a big fucker.
Yeah,
I think he's juiced up. Caesar, I think so.
No, are we talking about this because there was like
from Buell, and he was like convicty vibe.
I don't know.
Wore tank tops, and he was just like jacked. He was jacked as fuck.
No,
oh, maybe different Caesar.
Maybe, because when he came back, when he was like skinny, and I was
like, different Caesar maybe.
Maybe no, because
a lot of fucking Caesars out there.
Yeah, man. And
so you sparred.
It's weird. Like every Caesar we've had, there's a character, man. Like it's weird, you know.
Caesar's main character energy, I guess.
Yeah, but that's cool, Caesar, and that's our Caesar. Jiu-Jitsu Caesar's like the cool one, you know. Yeah, he's a jiu-jitsu guy and everything. He's a nice kid, man. I always forget he's younger than me. Just because of like, you know, I think he's pretty like mature for his age, man.
Oh yeah,
he's always been super mature for his age. Because I met him, like I'm going 4 years now.
Not the Caesar you sparred last.
No, the other Caesar.
Our lovable MMA Caesar.
No.
But so you sparred that guy last.
Yeah, he was the last guy I sparred, and that I can remember. Maybe I had a couple sessions after that. I can't really remember. But I remember the first person I also sparred was Sozo Kendra. I remember.
Oh her,
yeah.
Yeah. So how come you haven't been sparring anymore?
I don't know. To be honest, man, I don't know. I registered last year, but I never really got around to it. Part of it is because like at the job that I was working night shifts and everything, and I only get like days off here and there. And so graveyards were like, take it out of me, bro.
That to me sounds like a bunch of excuses.
Yeah, it is, man.
I don't, a long late night shift. I can't
jump in there with you guys,
motherfucker. This is the guy who's sitting here telling us, "Oh, it don't matter. I work out. There's no decision.
Yeah.
Oh, but sparring, I'm tired.
That was like before everything, man. Like the person I am now was not the person that I was a year ago, a couple of months ago.
So you're gonna start sparring?
Yes.
That's where the money is. Dude. Yeah, that's where the real training happens.
Yeah, I was gonna tell Jason about it today as well.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah, so like I tell you, man, I have this stuff in motion already. Like I said, like the person that I was a year ago, half a year ago, just a few months ago, man, it's not the person that I am now. Like they said, it's weird, man. Like this mental change that just came about. It's like I said, it surprised me. Like it really has surprised me. Like I said, and I'm not gonna let it fade away. I'm tapping into it like consistently, man. Like for the past 4 months now, like it's just like a drive that doesn't go away, and I'm like so happy that I got it. Like I said, it cost me a lot, like what I wanted, but it was just God's plan of not like
it's what was necessary.
It was necessary to awaken that mental mindset of everything. Like now you're in it now, man. Like this, you wanted this, you got it. Let's go, man. Like
hell yeah, brother.
And I don't want it. I really don't. And I'm gonna say, okay, let me say, I'm not gonna lose it. Not this time. Because before, I knew I had it. But I said I was in those early stages of it, like coming out. But I get comfortable, and it went away. Now I'm like, there's no way, man. You're becoming an animal right now. Like I'm still in those early stages, the baby steps of it. And I'm like, dude, you're this person right now. Imagine yourself in a year or two, or like I said, 5 years, man. Like did you want that life?
Yeah.
This is what it's going to take.
The trick is to keep it alive for longer than a year.
Yeah. Yeah.
Then it's there for life.
For sure.
For a few months, you can do it quarter, half a year. Half a year is hard, but staying consistent for beyond a year, that's where it's like, I think.
Yeah. Like I said, it's not like I'm not motivated like or anything. Like I tell people,
drive.
Motivation runs out, man.
Yeah. Motivation's like burns.
Yeah, it burns out after a while. Like at the beginning, when losing the weight, I was motivated. Yeah. But then, like I told you, when motivation is only temporary. Afterwards, the motivation is gone, and you feel like, oh, I'm bored. That's when discipline kicks in. Mm-hmm. That's when you're gonna really need that discipline and consistency. Yeah. That's what's gonna push you to get to those next levels.
When all the excuses come up and say, "Let's not do this anymore."
Yeah, like
you've done enough.
Yeah, that's like your mind's already like setting you up for failure yourself. Like you can't do that. You have to like. Even when you don't want to do it, go do it. Like I don't want to wake up at 3:30 in the morning, man, and head to the gym and run, lift weights, everything. Yeah, man. Like I said, I don't want to do it, but I know it's necessary. I have to do it. So when I wake up, I'm not thinking, oh, man, I'm already gonna fucking get up and this and that. Like I'd rather be in bed. No, I'm like, all right, dude, let's go, man. Like it's that time again. Let's go. Fucking time to push again. It doesn't matter how sore, tired you are. Let's go. Like my knee hurts right now, man. My left knee is like bothering me right now. And I still the legs, man. Like it's a leg day. Let's go, man. Like,
well, careful, because the knees are things that are gonna take forever to heal.
Yeah, I took it. I did it good. Like I wasn't like being like a meat hitter or anything like that. I lived how Jason has taught me.
Still being smart.
Yeah, still being smart about it. Good. And I still got like a really good workout out of it. And I did like stomach, core right afterwards. And like I said,
a little belly workout.
Yeah,
stomach.
Yeah, man, trying to lose the little baby fat I have right now. But yeah, man, like when I wake up, there's like no self-doubt or anything like that. There's no more of that. It's just like, all right, let's go. Time to get up. Time to keep grinding. There's no stopping. You can't wake up and be like already being in that negative mindset, man. You're already ruined your day that way, So when I wake up in the morning, I'm already like, all right, man, get up. I'm, dealing with my thoughts and everything. Thinking, okay, when I get to the gym, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that. So when I get there, I'm stretching out. I work out till like about 5:45, then head to work. Wow. Yeah. And then after work, go home, shower. And if I can get in another session before our kids training, I will. Tuesdays and Thursdays are usually like where I can get like 2 sessions done for sure. And then I'll get another one in, running or something I didn't do in the morning. So
Oh yeah, bro. Well, I'm super excited on this new journey that you're embarking on. I can't wait to see where it leads to. I know there's not a plethora of big boys like us at the gym for you to spar. So if you ever need a training partner,
well, I'm trying to cut down to like 180, 190 right now.
Wait, what are you now?
217.
Oh, you've dropped so much. Holy fuck. I thought we were about the same weight last time.
Pounds,
when we sparred, I'm pretty sure we were the same weight.
Yeah, I was definitely heavy when we sparred. Yeah, I was heavy, bro. I was a heavy.
Damn, you're a small guy now compared to me. I'm like 230s. Yeah, so you're 217. Holy shit.
Yeah, the goal for me has always been getting down to 190. Then
that's sick.
And then I was like, when I was thinking about it like just a couple of days ago, I was like, I can push 180 easy. I can push 180.
Yeah, you could.
And then I was thinking, I can do 170 easy too. After I get my, it's just for me, it's an eating.
I think your natural BMI at 5'10" is probably 170 for the body mass index.
Because some of the guys that compete at 170 for MMA, I'm like, you guys are really much bigger than me.
Yeah,
like, you guys are.
I think that's where you're
about the same.
Probably the target weight for the body mass index calculator for your height is probably 170, 160. I bet.
Yeah, and I know I can get there. It's just fixing my diet, man. But
it's always the bitch.
Oh man, when
we'll get there.
You love food, man. Yeah, man.
We'll get there together. Let's do it. Let's stop being tubbies. It's our shredded era.
Yeah, it's the shredded era.
Let's go. All right, well, let's wrap this up, buddy. I got a meeting coming up, so I got a hard out today. Man. But thank you so much for coming.
Yeah, man.
I loved this conversation. We should do it more often.
Man.
We should have a sauna one.
Whenever you want.
We'll just both be shirtless.
Just dying in the sauna the whole time. Yeah, that'll be a short little podcast.
Next time we do it, we should get a workout together before. That'd be fun. I would love to join you on a workout and just kind of you show me what stuff you do. Yeah, that'd be fun. I've always thought like, like I was doing a podcast like with you and Jason too, and it's just having the three of us or like dude, I got this mixer board now, so now I can put 4 headphones in. So that means we can have a group podcast. We could get me, you, Kendra, Jason. We could all just do like a family podcast. That'd be sick.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Jason's the one who got me. Jason inspired me to get this because he's like, when I did Kendra's, he's like, I wish you had another mic so I could jump on. Oh, and I was plugging things directly into camera, so I couldn't. But so I bought this because I'm like, you know what, you're right. Now we can actually do some group podcasts. We'll do it in the future.
Cool, bro. That'd be pretty cool. I always thought about it when you start your podcast, like, I'd be cool to, have multiple people on there.
Yeah.
Just from like the gym or like, just in all aspects of it. Yeah.
Yeah. We got more time. We got time ahead of us. And next time we come on, hopefully our jawlines are a little more chiseled.
Yeah, man. Watch. Next time we're on here, man. Watch. Next time we're on here, I'm going to be at that 180, 190 goal. Watch.
All right. You heard it, ladies and gentlemen.
Watch. Watch for sure. I'll be at that goal. Maybe a little bit on there. You'll see.
All right. Cool. Looking forward to it, bro. Thank you.